Hello, everyone. It's Helen Eimers. I'm a success coach, and I wanted to share something so freaking fantastic, so exciting. I shared this just the other day in my private community, but I wanted to bring it here to share with you, with all of the amazing women entrepreneurs here in this space, here watching, because it's just too good not to share. I'm so excited about it. And it's such a fantastic, beautiful opportunity and information that I'm going to drop, some gems that I'm going to drop for you here. So if you're watching live, please drop your name and drop an emoji, add a love, add a like, add a heart, whatever you feel called to do. If you're watching live, please drop your name. And if you're watching the replay, please do that too. If you are a woman business owner, please, I'd love to have you share who you are, what you do, what lights your fire, who you love to help. I want to learn more about you. And it's important that we all continue to share what we do so that people know. Because even though I've been doing this work for years and years, there are still people that are like, now, what is it you actually do? And so it's so fun to continue to share. It never gets old. And it is a beautiful way for you to share what you know and what you do and help others. And so I wanted to share today some of the concepts of rewiring your biz that I shared in my private community because they were just off the charts, off the wall, super fun, super powerful. I got such great feedback. It helped me connect with my why. It was so wonderful. Thank you for offering that. And I want to share it here because it's just too good not to share. So before I dive into that, I just want to share a little bit about who I am and what I do. My name is Helen Eimers. I live in South Dakota and I'm a retired nurse. And I know that might sound crazy. It sounds crazy still when I say it sometimes, but it's been a beautiful evolution as I really connected to who I was, what my passion was, what my drive was, and the gifts that I have to share. And I found that those gifts that I have to share are really holding space for people, holding heartfelt space for people, helping them see and understand that they are far more capable than they ever thought they were. And those people are women. And those women, eventually, I found were women entrepreneurs, right? I've helped so many women over the years, so many people, even men, but I found that the women I loved working with, the women who really helped me to really just come into this space of what I love to do and who are fun to work with are women entrepreneurs. They are passionate. They have a big mission. They have a drive. They are willing to see themselves in the mirror and then help themselves, right? Uncover those blocks, rewire, reconnect so that they can share even more with their clients and their customers. And that's who I love to help. And that's a beautiful thing. So I help womenpreneurs amplify their energy in their business, their influence, right? The people who they love, the people who they support, them sharing, getting out of their head. And ultimately, that increases their revenue. And so in the masterclass, Rewire Your Biz, it was really powerful. And I want to share a little bit about those concepts. And again, the evolution of how I was a nurse and how I became a success coach wasn't overnight. It wasn't, oh, I think I'll just do this. It was, I had some unique talents. I had a need that my clients were looking for. And I started leveraging my unique skills of holding space, of listening, of offering support and encouragement. And those are my talents. And my systems in my business developed very naturally, AKA there really were none, right? I just really it developed naturally and I was supporting my customers with my mission to help them with theirs. And sometimes when we don't build those systems behind it and we don't develop the concreteness of our business, right? We have the inspiration, we have the motivation, but it can feel overwhelming. And that's where I got in my business. And I had to do some rewiring. And when I did that, when I started to bring strategy to my inspiration, and then that strategy created more inspiration, that's when I started to break old patterns. And that's when I started to let go of some of those tendencies that I was using to protect myself that I no longer needed. I no longer needed that. So it's really time to rewire. I rewired and I want to help you rewire. It's an important part of your business. It's an important part of growth unless you want to stay exactly where you are, feeling the same feelings that you've been feeling thinking the same thoughts, getting the same results. If you want to move in any way, shape, or form forward or it to a better space or a more joyous space in your business, this is for you. This is totally for you. And I'm going to teach you how to blend strategy with inspiration and reignite that fire in your belly of why you started your business, right? Because strategy alone isn't enough. Inspiration isn't enough. It's so important to marry the two. And so I'm going to share with you some concepts about clarity, making decisions without doubt, productivity, focusing on what truly matters, and increasing your revenue, doubling your revenue in even as a little as 1 month. It's going to be awesome. So I want you to drop an emoji below if you are excited about this, if you are ready to learn, if your mind and your heart are open. And sometimes your mind and your heart just aren't open, but we're going to dive in today. I'm going to teach you, and it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be amazing. So if you're just hopping on or if you're watching the replay, please drop your name below. Share who you are, drop an emoji, like this video, love this video. And if you happen to be a woman entrepreneur, please share what you do. Share who you serve, share, who you love to support and what your mission and drive is. So make sure you stick around to the end. I'm going to be sharing something really, really fascinating, sharing something really exciting, and I want you to hear it. So if you're excited to learn how to gain more clarity in your business, drop an emoji below, just a high five or a hands up or a heart, whatever you want to do. Just really come into that space. And I'm just going to make sure I can see the comments so that if you are commenting live, I can support you with that. So I want you to engage. I want you to learn. I want you to grow. And so if you are watching live, please drop your name in the comments. And if you're a woman business owner, drop what you do and who you serve, because I want to connect with you. And if you have questions as you're going along, if you're like, that connects with me, drop it in the chat. I'm right here with you. I can see the chat and I want to interact with you. I want you to engage and I want you to learn and I want you to grow. So when we look at rewiring your brain, first thing I want to say is that your energy is contagious. Right? Some people have told me like, whoa, too much energy. Or some people have told me like, your energy makes me want to puke. And they've later come back to me and said, that energy drew me in and they've become my clients. And it's really cool. And there's oftentimes a resistance we have to energy. Like if someone has positive energy and we don't, or we're trying to resist positive energy, of course you're going to feel resistance. So just remember that your energy is contagious, both positive and negative. You've all been around someone who has negative energy. Raise your hand if you've been around someone with negative energy and like they just pull you down. You're like, ugh, oh my gosh, I feel so heavy after that. Please like raise your hand, hit a like if that's you. And so you have to think about what you're attracting. And sometimes what you're attracting is nothing, nada, zero, zilch. You're just like floating through, you're floating by, and then you're wondering why? Why is nothing coming to me? Why isn't this working? Right? And so when you can be your authentic self, when you can share, when you can connect, you can have more clarity. You will have more clarity. And so when I developed this masterclass, these concepts, I was thinking about the electricity, the electrical wires. Now, I am not in any way, shape, or form an electrician. We'll just like set that straight. My husband will tell you, I don't even know what colors to match up. I don't even know any of that. But electrical wires are fascinating because they're pathways for electrons to travel through and establish conductivity between devices in a circuit. Thank you, Google. I would not have known that definition. But those electrons are forced to move by electrical potential, a difference between the 2 points. And that may be you and the person you're having a conversation with. That may be you and your customer, you and your client. And so sometimes what happens is that it gets stuck. The electricity gets stuck and you're like, whoa, what's happening? I just feel stuck. Anyone raise your hand if you've ever been like, oh, I just feel stuck in this. I don't know what to do. I feel like there's a block. Has anyone felt that? I have. It happens to us. And we feel like that electricity is just not going through. We might be doing all the things and nothing seems to be working. We might be, really researching or learning, yet we still seem to be stuck in certain areas. If you've ever felt stuck in your life, just raise your hand, your life or your business. And so what happens is those electrons kind of get stuck. So it's so important to like rewire, say like, wait, where is it not going through? My husband's a phone guy and he has like this tester thing that he hooks up to phone. I don't know. When he tests the phone, I call him the cable guy. Jim Carrey. Love Jim Carrey. Those of you who know me personally know that I love Jim Carrey. But I'm going to get back on track here. he has a tester. So if something's not working in the phone lines, he can trace it out and see which one is it, which one is it, so that he can rewire, so that he can fix it. Same thing with electricity. Same thing with the business that you're running, the business that you're doing. What is stuck? What is not getting through? What is not flowing through? How is this not working? And that's when we can rewire our brain. And it's a beautiful space to be. So, when we think about that, when we work to create clarity in that process, in rewiring, we start to make decisions without doubt. And what does that do? What is the result? How does that electrical current go through and what shows up on the other side? More time and more energy. And who doesn't want that as a woman business owner? As a woman ever, anywhere, who in the world doesn't want more time and energy? So here's what I want you to do to focus on more clarity. Now I'm going to give you the short and skinny here, but you can always go into the Womenpreneur Success community and watch the full masterclass so that you can get the full benefits. It's an amazing space. So instead of focusing on I don't know, I want you to focus on what do I know? Right? Because when we think about clarity and uncertainty, there's so often where we're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what's happening. And it can lead us down further paths of what we don't know. Now, there are things that I don't know. There are things that you don't know. But if we focus on that instead of focusing on what we do know and then how do we figure it out? Who do we call? Who do we connect with? Who do we learn from? What do we learn from? How do we learn? Right? So pause and focus on what do I know about this? I do know I'm stuck. Okay, awareness. Great. Awareness and mindfulness is the start to anything. It adds clarity to anything you're doing. So instead of focusing on I don't know, focus on what do you know? And then pause and ask, why is this so important? Why is it important that I know this? Why is it important that I have identified that there's this block, that there's something missing? And then you ask again, right? Why is this important? And then you ask again, why is this important? You keep digging and digging and digging to the bottom. And this is uncomfortable. And I always give my coach pushback when she tells me to find or go deeper, 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 the 7 whys, because the reason why I'm stuck is because I'm staying on the surface. I'm focusing on what I don't know. So say, what do I know? Why is that important that I know that? And then when you figured out why is that important, pretend like you have a little 4-year-old in your back pocket, or you were the 4-year-old and you just kept asking why. Well, why? Well, why? And have you ever got frustrated when someone asks you that? Even if it's a kid. I have, right? Like my kids are like, "Why? Why?" And I'm like, "Ah!" Raise your hand if you've ever like been asked the why question 10,000 times and you are and you get frustrated. Raise your hand. Give me an emoji. It happens, right? And that happens because we have to dig a little deeper into actually that true awareness of why we're doing something, right? So pause and ask, why is this? Focus on what you do know. Pause and ask, why is this important? Then ask it again, then ask it again, then ask it again. And one of the number one things in my business, why I've been so successful, why I am where I am, is because of gratitude. It helps clear the muck and the mud. You can see your path, not the one someone not the one that someone wants you on, not the one that you think you should be on. Ooh, tongue tied. But the one that you are on. The one that is your path, not your neighbor's path, not someone else's path, right? So when you seek clarity in your life, when you seek clarity in your business, instead of focusing on I don't know, focus on what do I know? And then you say, why is that important? Then you ask why, then you ask why, then you ask why. And then you say, why am I so grateful for this? Why am I grateful for this awareness? Why am I grateful for this exercise? Why am I grateful for these things that I do know? And it helps clear the mud. It helps you see your path clearly, not everyone else's. So clarity and making decisions without doubt creates more time and energy. Raise your hand if you're like, I want more time and energy. That would be amazing. So if you're just showing up, please drop your name below. If you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, please let us know who's here. Comment below. And if you are a woman business owner, share what you do. Share who you help, share who you serve, share what business you have. We want to know, we want to hear from you. So I'm talking about rewiring your business. The first thing you can do is focus on clarity and make decisions without doubt by focusing on what you do know and then asking why and digging into those levels. with gratitude. The next thing you can do to rewire your biz is focus on what truly matters. This allows you to be so much more productive. So much more productive, right? When you focus on what truly matters, right? Because I can do things all day in my business. Okay, how about you raise your hand? Your business or your life, could you do things all day in your business that like they're the little things that like don't really need to be done, but that you're doing? Or like I could go out and clean my kitchen. That's great and that's fine. And I know how to do that, but I'm avoiding something in my office. I'm avoiding that task. I'm avoiding that big thing, right? And so we focus sometimes on things that don't truly matter. And I just want to ask you if you're aware that you're capable of whatever you put your mind to. Are you aware of that? Like raise your hand. I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds like lovey-dovey and, every girl's dream, every Hallmark movie. It's like, did you know? Did you really know that you're capable of whatever you put your mind to? Truly, honestly. I'm not just kidding. Share an emoji if you know, or share maybe an emoji if you're like, I know I should know that, but I don't really feel it. Right? So you are capable of whatever you put your mind to, and you don't need someone else to do it for you. You don't need someone else to figure it out. You can figure it out. So, as a way to focus on what truly matters and increase your productivity in your business, make an agreement. Make an agreement and be as specific as you can with yourself to create consistency and follow through. So what does that mean? What would that look like? What would that potentially look like with an agreement? It's like I agree to spend 1 hour a day from 9 to 10 a.m. creating and sending out invoices. That's an agreement that's very specific. I have a time, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And then how do I create follow through? Give myself a little reward, right? After that, I go on a 5-minute walk. I make my coffee or my tea. I eat my breakfast. Now, some of you may like resistance because that every day, really? Do I have to do that every day? And it can be hard, right? Discipline is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. These concepts are simple, but they're not easy. And that's why it's so important to have support and encouragement along the way. I have so many people in my corner of the boxing ring who support and encourage me, and it's powerful. And I encourage you to find that for yourself. And that's what I do with women business owners. I support, encourage them. I'm in their corner every day. And so make an agreement with yourself to create as a way to create consistency and follow through. You will find that you are far more capable than you ever thought you were. And it's really, really cool. And the fun thing about this is that, like, if something changes, if this isn't working, you can shift it. Not as like, oh, this isn't working. I need to quit. No, we don't quit, right? We keep going. We keep trying to figure it out. We test and try it out. Maybe you find you don't need 5 hours a week to do that. Maybe you don't need an hour a day to do that. Your brain might tell you you do. Your brain might be like, "Oh, you spend forever. That takes forever." Right? Have your brains ever said that? Like, "Oh, this is going to take forever." Or have you ever found yourself telling someone else? I've done it, right? It's like, "Oh my gosh, this just is exhausting. It takes forever." And it might only take 5 minutes, but in our brain, we've worked it all up. Our thoughts have gotten mumbled, right? So test it and trial it. Maybe you don't need that much time. Maybe you need less. Maybe you need more. Maybe you find that you can outsource that thing. Great. Awesome. So test and try it out. And if you find you're not sticking to this agreement that you've made with yourself, assess it. What am I doing instead? When that time comes up, what do I start doing? Right? For me, for the longest time, it was like when there was something hard that I thought was hard in my business or in my office, I'd find myself going to get a piece of chocolate. Because I wanted to feel good, right? I wanted things to be easy. Have you guys ever done that? Like, right? Like avoidance, right? Procrastination, right? We are so intelligent. We have really amazing ways that we protect ourselves. And it's fun to see all those, not from a judgmental way, not from a like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that, but like, whoa, I see you. I love you. I'm going to release you with love, and I'm going to make an agreement to myself. And I'm going to show myself that I can do hard things. So if you find you're not sticking to this agreement, assess, what am I doing instead? Is that thing I'm doing instead more pressing? Is it avoidance, right? Me going to get chocolate is definitely avoidance. But maybe you find yourself working on your books or working on something that you need to do in your house. And you're like, that actually is more important to me, to my values. Okay. So productivity, focus on what truly matters. make an agreement to yourself. Be as specific as you can with yourself to create consistency and follow through. So far we are working to rewire our biz. We've talked about clarity. We've talked about productivity. If you're just hopping on, let us know that you're here. Let us know who you are. If you're a woman business owner, please share what you do, share who you love serving, your mission and your passion. And I want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. And we're going to go into our third concept here in rewiring our business. It's consistency. In the application of something, right? Consistency creates accuracy and fairness. I don't know about you guys, but like, right, like growing up, even when you're an adult, you can stop and look and be like, that's not fair. It's not fair. We want things to be fair. And when we create consistency, we create that fairness within ourselves. So through consistent repetition, we actually have the ability to rewire our brains, which is super cool, which is something I'm really diving into and learning more about with my hypnotherapy training. It's phenomenal. Amazing breakthroughs. But when we are consistent and we have repetition, our brains we develop new behaviors with our brains that make us do or help us to do things that maybe we weren't used to doing. That's why it's hard when you start a new habit. You're not used to doing it. You have to literally retrain the neural pathways in your brain. And when you can figure out how to do that, things become so much easier, right? So people who are consistent also are trusted in most cases because they can be relied upon, right? If you have someone that shows up consistently and does the work, right? Do you trust them? When's the last time you trusted yourself? Right? Because I don't know about you guys, but that's a huge gift. If I can trust myself, oh my gosh, what a gift. Being reliable and trustworthy to yourself, right? Like it's easy to do it for other people. It's harder to do it for us, let's be honest. And so when we can create that consistency and that reliability, it creates trustworthiness. And that's really, really cool. And there will be days that you don't want to do it. There will be days where you don't want to be consistent. There will be days where you don't want to be disciplined and you don't want to be productive. I get it. And you will test this and try it again. You will. But you have to be willing to feel the discomfort of the consistency, to feel the discomfort of the um the productivity of the discipline. Otherwise, you get to the end of your week, you get to the end of the month, you get to the end of the year and you're like, "Ah, I didn't do it again." Once again, I told myself I would and then I didn't. How heartbreaking is that? Which one is more uncomfortable to you? You need to decide, and that's great. So, I love the things we're talking about. These are great mind hacks, great tricks for rewiring your business. We focus on clarity, making decisions without doubt. We focus on productivity, focusing on what truly matters. Part of that productivity is consistency. And you know what? The natural byproduct of all of these things are you create more. You create more. You create more gratitude. You create more revenue. You sometimes double your revenue, and you have the capability of doubling your revenue in a month. The byproduct of clarity and productivity, if you get honest with yourself, if you get crystal clear on what you're offering, who you're serving, and what they need, and increase productivity in all the right areas with consistency, you will double your revenue. You have the potential to double your revenue. And so it's so important, right? It's kind of like a side effect, right? It's just like a natural side effect that happens. That's like actually a good side effect. Some side effects are not good, but this is a beautiful byproduct of consistency, productivity, and that clarity. When you can create that, things just flow. You know, some of you have been in there in that zone of genius where it's like everything's just working out. And then again, sometimes there's a block in that conductivity, there's a block in that electricity, and it feels hard and it feels heavy. And maybe you've lost that spark. And it's time to rewire. It's time to reset. It's time to take that pressure off so that you can create massive success. And when you create massive success, you're sharing that with the world. You're sharing that with others. You're offering them something. You're giving them a beautiful, beautiful gift. So it's totally worth it for you. It's totally worth it for those that you're serving. And it's a beautiful, beautiful way. So I've shared how you can rewire your biz. So go ahead and watch the replay, any parts of this that you missed. If you're coming on live, if you're here right now, please drop your name, share your name with us in the chat. And if you're a woman business owner, share what you do, share who you serve, share what your drive and your mission is. Why do you do what you do? Right? You didn't get into business unless you were in it for helping, and sharing a bigger mission and a bigger drive and a bigger passion. So share with us in the chat. And because this Rewire Your Biz is so important, I wanted to share that I have created a very strategic, very immersive, very one-on-one supportive and encouragement program called Hypno Biz. It combines strategy and inspiration for massive success, and double revenue for you. It's a beautiful space. It's a wonderful opportunity. And I'm offering it here for a limited time to only 5 women. This is important. This is really important for you as a business woman owner. Excuse me. This is a very limited time offer. It's 70% off. I don't ever do this. This is a new program. I've never created an offer like this that is this much value because I want to help you. I want to give you the opportunity to create this massive success, to rewire your business, to get all the blocks out, right? I know your inspiration is there and I know you have some strategy, and let's just create clarity and productivity in those areas of your business, which trickle down to all areas of your business. This will give you so much in your business. It will help you break free from those limiting beliefs, from those closed mindset, from those fears that you might be feeling, or the hardships that you keep telling yourself, or those thoughts that keep coming in that this isn't working, or the economy's crap, or no one wants to buy this. Those are blocks in your mindset, and it's time to break free, because I know that your mission and your vision is bigger and better than that, and you are driven. And then we focus on strategy, right? We say, what is going on and what's the math to all of this? And numbers can be hard to look at, but they create so much. Once you open your eyes to both your thoughts and your strategy and your business, it will blow up. It will blow up. And it's beautiful. It creates massive success, massive movement, and you can share more. You can help more people. You can light this world up with that shift that I know you want to make, that I know that you're passionate about. So this program is a 4-week program. It will transform your business. There's only 5 people that are going to come into this offer. One spot is already filled, so these spots will fill up. Please drop an emoji, drop your hand, drop your name, say I'm ready in the comments if you want to be a part of this, or send me a private message. Okay, so this will create value. This will create results, and you'll be able to see how powerfully you can move forward in your business. Because remember what I told you before, you are capable of anything you put your mind to. And that includes whatever you put your mind to in your business as well. So in 4 weeks, your business will transform. It's 70% off right now, and I'm only offering it to 5 people. So this offer is going to blow your mind. It's so fun when you can get to the bottom of those limiting beliefs, those things that are keeping you stuck. And it's such a beautiful and incredible gift that you can give yourself in your business and your clients and your customers. Because not only when you do this work will you succeed, your customers will succeed too. And I know you want your customers to succeed. I know that's why you started your business. I know that that's part of your passion and your mission in this world. And so I want you to join me in Hypno Biz. Again, it's a limited time offer. It's 70% off through the end of this week. There's only 5 people that I'm accepting because it's very personalized. It's very one-on-one. It's very strategic. And we're going to blow your business's brain. It's beautiful. So if you are ready, if you are like, this is what I need, this is what I've been looking for, or I'm not sure what I've been looking for, but I want these results. I want to create massive success. I want to double my revenue in 1 month because I'm capable of that. Let me know. Drop a chat, drop the words Hypno Biz below, or send me a message. If you know women entrepreneurs who are your friends, who are your family, who you know, who maybe have made comments to you recently, like the economy's hard, this is hard, I don't know, I've lost my spark, I'm working all the time, I feel burnt out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, take them in this video. They need this work. And it's so powerful when I can collaborate with them, when we can collaborate together to just blow, right? It's like blow the conductivity. It's like allow that electrical spark to be able to go back and forth because something is just a little bit stuck. And that doesn't mean they don't have a successful business. That doesn't mean that they are not successful. That means that they still have a mission and a purpose in this world to share with their customers and clients. And they want to have it feel easier, right? They want to stop hustling. They want to get out of that burnout phase and they want to have massive success. So, do yourself a favor and message me the words hypnotherapy if you are ready to jump into this work and share this with your friends if you know that this would support them. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful you showed up and just know that you are far more capable of what you think you are. And when that light bulb goes off, that's why I do what I do, you guys. That's totally why I do what I do. People say, why did you leave nursing? There's all these opportunities because I love to help women see that they are capable. I love to help them get to that space of them saying, I did it. And this is really amazing. And I want to help you too. So I love you guys. Please drop the word hypnobiz in the comments. If you're ready to join me, if you're all in, send me a message with the words and share this with your women entrepreneur friends, family, acquaintances, because I want to help them too. I love you so much. We'll talk to you soon.